We're doing Music Creator. On here, mine's a shortcut, but you're going to go to the website. When you go to my website, guys, if you haven't made this a favorite, make sure you make this website page a favorite. Up top here, 7th grade MIDI Project 1. That's what you're going to be following. The first thing you must do, you cannot skip this, is go to this first setting up and follow these directions, guys. If you do not follow these directions, and there is a video for you to read, to look at, the computer and the keyboard cannot talk to each other and it will not work. So you must do this first. Once you're done, you can then go down to the direction sheet. And guys, this is the direction sheet for your MIDI project. My suggestion is to open this up and then just close the screen a little bit so you can see both the MIDI and this. So I'm going to minimize that for a second. To get to the actual software, over here, you're going to go to the Start menu. You're going to go to Programs. It is under Cakewalk because that's the ones that produce it. So you go to Cakewalk, Music Creator 6, Music Creator 6. Now, if you did not follow that first video, guys, you're going to have all kinds of things pop up here and it's not going to work properly. As long as you did the first video, it'll automatically go to this. 2 buttons we use, either open a project or create a new project. Well, since we haven't started one, we're not going to open it. We have to create a new. First thing, under template, we got to change this to MIDI template. Otherwise, it won't work again. As far as the name, I think I'm simply asking you to put your last name and then a 1 since it is your first project. Now location, this is where to save it. You go to these little dots, you're going to click on it, you're going to go to computer, and then underneath here you're going to see an option for AC 150. Select that. I have to do just a couple steps to get there because my computer's a little different, but you're going to see it looking like this once you get there. 7th grade, 8th grade, all that stuff. Click on 7th grade, select your marking period, select the period you're in, select which rotation you are, and then select your piano number. Mine back here happens to be 21, so I'm going to select that. Then you hit OK. Now I'm ready to save my project and open it up. I hit OK, and the project opens. We don't use this section, so over here, this little button on the far right is collapse. I'm going to collapse it. Now I can see 12 measures, 1 through 12. We're going to record 1 through 12. We'll actually stop at the beginning of 13. That's important to know because of what we record. Here's an overview. Guys, this is what we're doing. Track 1 is going to be a percussion, a bass beat. You're going to use the 1st or 2nd C on the piano, which is to the left. If you're not too sure which one, up there on my board, it's written in red. The 1st or 2nd C. 48 beats total because you got 4 quarter notes for 12 measures, so 48 of them. Track 2 is going to be our bass line. It's going to be this rhythm, this chord sequence. And then track 3 is going to be our melody. So if I open up the program, first thing I'm going to do is expand track 1. So I get my double arrow. I click and drag until on the right, just a little bit, these turn into piano notes. They're no longer numbers, turns into piano notes. Now, above the word piano, I got 2 boxes, the standard box and I have the advanced. We want advanced. That's the reason we expanded it, so we could see all this. The directions tell us to turn this into drums. Now we have to tell it what to record. Up here's my MP3 style. Rewind to the beginning, rewind, stop, play, fast forward. There's my record button. It doesn't know what to record yet. We have 17 tracks here. Which one do you want to record? Well, I want to record the first one. Now I can record. As soon as I hit record, you're going to hear the metronome. Listen. Every time you hear that sound, you're going to record a note. Well, the one thing that we'll notice is that it starts right away. Doesn't give you time to get ready. So here's what we do to get ready. We go to Edit, Preferences, and we're going to go down here to our metronome, and we're going to change this general record count in 0, make it a 1. Now we hit Apply. That gives us 1 measure to get ready. Now, the next thing I have to do is, even though I typed drums, it's not ready to record drums yet. I have to change this channel from 1 to 10. As soon as I change it to 10, now my piano makes a drum sound. So here we go. We're going to record 12 measures of drums. This is all you're doing, guys. You're simply recording every time you hear the sound. Some of you will be able to do this no problem. Some people are going to have some mistakes. If you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. We can fix it. So if I make a mistake here and all of a sudden I get... Now, if you look, I recorded through 12. I ended at the beginning of 13. This means nothing. The directions tell us to hit Alt-6, and now we can actually see the notes. We're going to go over here. Once we get to here, we're going to right-click and change our layout. And we're going to make our clef from treble clef to percussion line. Watch what happens below once I close this. Now it's a percussion line. How do I know if the notes are right? Because every time I click on a beat up top here, the line goes through the note. You're allowed two types of notes. You're allowed quarter notes, which is what these are, or you are allowed an eighth note, which looks the same except it has a little flag on the back, and right next to it would be a little funky number 7 looking thing. That's an eighth rest. As long as you click on it and the line still goes through the note and not the rest, you're okay. Now, if I go out there to measure 11, I think. Yep, there's measure 11. Measure 11's messed up. Now I got two options. I can re-record the whole thing, which would take a while, and I might make another mistake. Or easier yet, I go up here to the top. I choose my select tool. I come down here. I select this measure by making a box around it, and I hit delete on my computer. Now that measure's gone. So what do I do to record it? Well, I can simply click here up top. That puts my start at measure 10 for right now. I hit record, and when I get to here, I'm going to play those notes. Now, when it plays these notes, it's going to sound softer because I have my computer volume at one setting. I got my piano back here so you guys can hear it at another. So it's going to sound louder on my piano. But here, check this out. First we listen, then we play. There we go. I just fixed it, and there's nothing else to do. Now I can collapse this first track. Up here, I'm going to collapse the first track. I'm going to expand track 2. Now, the important part, the record button. I have to return this off and then turn this one on. If I do not do that, if I have 2 of these red, guys, you're going to record whatever is red. That means all the work I just did on this first one, as soon as I record, if that was red also, I'm going to record right over top of track 1, and I didn't mean to. And I'd have to do the track 1 all over again. Make sure you only ever see 1 red. Now what am I going to record? I'm going to record this pattern, guys. Here's my pattern. This is the blues pattern. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 measures of C, then 2 measures of F. All right, so 4C, 2F. I rewind this. There's nothing for me to change down here. It automatically is going to say acoustic bass, and it'll sound kind of more like a piano. But it's automatically ready to go. So here we go. 4 C's, 2 measures of F. So 4 C. Now I forgot where my F is, so I have to stop. Try and figure out where my F is. Now I can go ahead and just click here and look at it from here. Or the other thing I can do is bring this back up, because a lot of people like to see the notes. If I bring this back up, I can look. Well, the problem is I'm looking at drums. I don't want to see drums. I'm going to go up here to my track, pick track. I'm going to change it from drums to acoustic bass. Now I hit OK. Well, take a look. Acoustic bass, now we're here. So 2 measures of F is where we're at. Afterwards, we have the C's, the G's, and the F's. So we'll just start here with the 2 measures of F, and then we'll continue on. So here's my F's coming up. Then back to C. Then the G. F. C. And one more C. Now, if you can see it up there on the board, if not, you can see it on the computer right here. There's a space between 4 and 5. Well, if we look down here, there is no space. That's why I grade from down here, not from up here. Let me collapse this, turn this record off. I'm going to expand track 3. I'm going to get ready to record track 3. Now, it says jazz guitar. Listen, it sounds more like a human voice. I don't know why. It's just the sound the computer makes. What do we record now? Well, now we're down here at track 3. Guys, this is the melody. You're going to make your own melody with your own rhythm. So it can be any rhythm you want. Does not have to be on the beat. But using only the blues scale notes. Here they are. C, E flat, F, F sharp, G, B flat. C, E flat, F, F, F sharp, G, B flat, C. Those are the only ones, and you can do any octave. All the way up. Anything to the right of middle C. Up there on my board, again, it's written in blue, so you can see it up there. Directions say, must use 4 out of 6 of these notes. You want to use all 6? Go for it, but you only have to use 4. So, we rewind to the beginning, and now I'm going to do it first on the beat, then off the beat, just so you can see it, and just a short general idea. So here's on the beat. You can do it on the beat. That's all the notes. Or you can just do a couple. Now, normally you record all the way to the end, but just for time's sake, how do I grade this? Well, I'm going to open this up. Actually, I'll expand this a bit. And instead of just choosing a track, when I do pick tracks, I'm going to choose the first 3. And here's how I grade it. Track 1 and 2 need to be on the beat. Track 3 does not need to be on the beat, as obvious here. However, it does have to be the correct notes. C, E flat, F, F sharp, G, B flat, C. If it's any other of those notes, no matter which octave, you end up losing points. Then you go up here, you make sure you hit File, Save, and you're done.